right, everyone, welcome back to Rhythm and Roads. We have a very special guest with us. We have voiceover artist, sport host, Michael Robert Tipton. Welcome, sir, to Rhythm and Roads.
Thank you so much, Joshua, for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you on to hear your story, brother. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your journey. It's exciting, man. I mean, everyone has a story. Your story matters. So this is really cool. About to get to know your journey, bro. So,
It's been a weird journey, so I'm excited to talk.
hey, those weird journeys can be one of those incredible stories. You're just like, what? Wow, really? Yeah. So that's cool, dude. All right, well, let's get started on the journey on season one, episode one. So tell me about yourself, bro. So, like, were you from El Paso, and then your upbringing, and then to the point of where we're at now?
Yeah, so I grew up in Socorro. I was originally born in Chicago.
Oh,
Whenever
wow.
I got
Okay.
adopted, I that's whenever I moved over here. I was super young whenever I got adopted. Basically the story we were told is kind of like one of those Moses type stories. My biological mother
Moses.
was actually adopted by the same people that adopted me, but she left
Really?
my sister and I in a hospital in
Wow.
Chicago. So my older sister, she's like maybe 18 months older than I am.
Oh,
So just basically had me, left us both in the hospital. This is,
oh, man.
1984, so you can just get up and walk out.
Wow.
And the hospital, called my parents and were like, look, you either pick these kids up or they're going to a foster home. My
Oh,
parents went up to Chicago, brought us back to El Paso, grew up in Socorro, man. And yeah, I've seen the change of El Paso and Socorro, the scenery, all that stuff. So it's it's
yeah.
being from El Paso is super unique, but being from down in Socorro, like I always say it, man, that's a little more unique.
Oh, okay. Very interesting that you reference Moses as in that situation, with being adopted.
Yeah, and that's because like the whole thing with Moses, they put him in the
Right.
basket, put him in the Nile, he goes down the river, gets adopted by Pharaoh and all
Oh,
that.
right, right. Yeah.
So for me, like I grew up in a very over the top religious household, so
Oh,
I make a lot of obscure Bible references from time to time.
hey, no, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I, I believe I read the Bible too, so it's all good. But yeah, I mean, very interesting. Yeah, so actually, for that experience, I got to say it's a blessing to know that the parents that you have now were there to do that for you, to take you in and all that. So I mean, that's awesome, and
Yeah, and like so I'm the youngest of 11 in my adopted family. They adopted seven kids
oh,
total.
7.
So like they kind of were that way. My mom and dad were both born, like my mom was born in 1929, my dad was born in 1930. Like he's still alive. As a matter of fact, on Sunday, he had his 95th birthday. So
Wow,
like
95?
they grew up in a very Southern Baptist house, very like we gotta give back type of people.
Okay, wow. And your parents now, I mean, like, are they still here in Socorro or El Paso or?
Well, my mother passed away 11 years ago, and my dad, he sold the house that we had down in Socorro. He moved down to Fabens. He was like, I want to get more country. So he moved down to Fabens
Oh,
and
okay.
is living down there. But like he got used to that area because he was in customs for 46 years
Oh,
after
okay.
he retired from the railroad. He was in the railroad for 20 years,
Really?
retired
Oh,
from the
wow.
railroad at 38 years old, and then worked in the customs from whenever he was 38 until he was 84 years old and
Wow.
ultimately moved down to Fabens because that's where he was the port director and did a lot of stuff down there for a while.
Okay. About your mom though, I mean, I can't imagine just losing her as well because I lost mine 4 years ago. I mean, and it's just I mean, I don't know. Everyone experiences differently, but like for me, I feel like it never goes away. It's just always there of that missing part of you.
Yeah, no, like it's definitely that way, man. Like I said, it's been 11 years and it's still one of those things where it's like you think about it a lot. And for me, she was the one who always told me whenever I was younger, like I should do radio stuff
Oh,
because
really?
radio voice and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So whenever she passed away, that's whenever I decided I wanted to do radio and like voiceover and doing all the sports stuff. And like I'm lucky I got to do that.
Wow.
But yeah, man, we're talking 11 years. And for me, like my connection to her is like she taught me how to cook, so I love cooking. I do like
Oh, really? Oh,
all
cool.
the southern type cooking. So I'll make like, cornbread and biscuits and gravy and do all that. And that's just stuff she taught me how to do. So
Oh,
that's
that's
a
awesome.
connection of helping her live on and showing my kids how to do that type of stuff as well, because she passed away whenever my oldest was a year and a half.
Oh,
And
wow.
my youngest wasn't even born at the time. So they never really got to meet, their grandma.
Wow, man. And how old were you when she passed?
I was 29.
Yeah, that's still young. Wow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the way I've always looked at it is like you get super lucky if you have your parent for that amount of time. So like I always thought of it that way. Like even though she was 55, 54,
Wow.
whatever she adopted me, I still got 29 years out of it.
Yeah. Oh, so when she adopted you, um, you were, how old were you when she adopted you?
Just days, weeks old.
Oh, really? Okay, so
And
when
she
she
was
passed, she was
already
probably
in her
like in her what,
50s at that point.
70s?
What was that?
Well, how old was she when she passed?
She was 84.
Oh, 84. Okay. Wow. Yeah, see, so yeah, you got she lived, I guess, a longer life than my mom. My mom died at 57 of
Mhm.
cancer, and I still feel like that's really young, but I wish she would have died like in her 80s or 90s, you know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like, I don't think there's ever a good age. Like, I was thinking about that like right now too. My dad being 95, like that's still a long life, but
oh
man,
yeah.
you don't want that to end. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things.
Well, yeah, you want life to keep going, man. You're just like, can
Yeah,
I just live forever young?
right?
No, yeah, man. But yeah, I can relate to that, man. Just the losing a parent, it's always going to be there, that missing part of you. I'm glad that you're doing things to honor her, like you took up the radio, being a voiceover and a sports host. Yeah, she kept mentioning to you, giving that life of belief in you and saying, "Hey, you should do that," and like when my mom was alive, I didn't do podcasting. I didn't have Rhythm and Roads.
Mhm.
But it's very interesting that when you lose someone, God opens doors where you've done things you never thought you could ever or try, like you're doing things that I'm like, I didn't think about this when she was alive. And then when she passes, you're doing all this new stuff that you wish she was alive to show, to tell her. But it's just very interesting.
Yeah, and like for me, I'm a very like my relationship with God and like belief and stuff like that is super weird. I've got no problem like admitting.
Yeah.
And like the reason why I wanted to do AM radio, and that's where I did like the sports hosting and stuff like that, was AM radio. Like even working at ESPN, most ESPN stations are AM radio stations,
Oh,
right?
are they? I didn't even know that.
Well, yeah, was the fact that an AM radio signal travels out of the atmosphere further than an FM radio signal does. So for
What? I
me,
didn't
it's like,
even
oh,
know
well,
that.
voice is going up to the heavens and doing all that stuff. So that's kind of the way that I looked at it. I'm super nerdy when it comes to things like that.
Wait, so you're telling me AM goes further out into the atmosphere or where you mentioned space than FM does?
Yeah, and it bounces around a lot more. As a matter of fact, one of the cooler things was whenever I was working for it was Fox Sports 1380 here in El Paso, with iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
The signal bounces and it bounces and it bounces, and we had gotten a CD. This is a crazy thing. We got a CD from someone in Switzerland that they had like a high-powered AM radio, and they'd like try to find just obscure signals, and they gave us like the time that he got the signal from our radio station in El Paso.
What?
The stuff sent it to us and was like, "Look, man, like I got to listen to Fox Sports 1380 this random day," and
Oh,
it was like a
wow.
7 month old like radio broadcast that he
That's
got the way
crazy.
the signals bounce.
Wow. So when he heard it, when you actually did, it was like 7 months ago, but he got it as in like 7 months later, kind of.
Yeah, like
That's interesting.
living in a time capsule is kind of what it felt like.
That's
And by the
crazy,
time he
man.
mailed it to us, like it was already, you know, more weeks old.
Dang, that's crazy. See, I learned something new today. I didn't even know that about
Mhm.
the AM. Interesting, man. Well, so from that point, so your mom motivated you or inspired you to be a voiceover artist or a sport host for what you're doing now. But let's talk about that first journey of when it started for you. So like how did you land your first job uh doing what you're doing?
So I tell people all the time, dude, like you got to try. You never know, right? Like you gotta try to figure it out. So I was living in Alaska at the time
What?
that my mother had passed away.
Oh, wow.
And I kind of knew like I didn't want to stay in Alaska very much longer. It's super cold. Like it's
Oh, I
beautiful.
bet, dude.
Everybody should go visit. It's just not for me, right? Like I don't want to live there.
Right, right.
So I was like, I got to come back to El Paso, but I don't know. Whenever I made my mind up that I wanted to do radio, I was like, I don't know where to enroll. I don't know what to do. Like I'm looking online, I'm getting overwhelmed. And I'm sending emails out to all the radio people I know in El Paso, right? So like the Buzz Adams, the Duke Keith, like a bunch of people like that, just hoping that
Yeah.
maybe someone can give me some information. And unfortunately, must have gotten like filtered out in spam or something like that because I heard back from nobody. And I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
I sent like 40 emails, dude. Like I was contacting as many people as I could.
Damn, 40 emails. Wow.
And at one point, I'm I'm driving home from my job. I was working on the military base up there. I'm driving home and I'm listening to ESPN radio, like the sports radio stuff. And
Okay.
my wife's like, "Why don't you message this guy that's on air right now?" His name was Freddie Coleman. And he followed me on X. So I was like, he's super famous. He's not gonna reply back to me, but whatever, right? Like, let's just try to do this.
Yeah.
Send him a message on X, and like 10 minutes later, he gives me, this is what you got to do. This is how you got to do it. Enroll in these programs, this, that, and the other. And he's like, and I'm gonna be your mentor from now on.
Whoa.
So I moved from Alaska back to El Paso. I
Yeah.
enrolled at UTEP. I had to change my major at the time because I was majoring in psychology. I had like 100 hours of psychology under my belt. And I
Wow.
was like, now I want to go do radio. And that's completely different world. So you got to start from a different place, right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
So they're like, are you sure you want to do this? Because this seems pretty stupid. Like you got you got to worry about some other stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to wait the semester. And in the spring semester of 2015, I finally got into multimedia journalism, which is what my major is in.
Cool.
And I noticed that in the Cotton Memorial Building at UTEP, there was a radio station there. And I was like, okay, well, let me just walk in and maybe I can talk to somebody and they'll tell me what I got to do to like work at this radio station, which is the NPR station, 88.5 FM. And I walk in and I see the on-air light. I wait for the on-air light to turn off. It finally turns off after what felt like forever because I'm nervous. I don't know how to like, I'm like, why am I even here? This is stupid. And the
Wow.
light turns off and the person who was on there, their name was Dee Woo. Uh,
Okay.
they come out and they're like, "Can I help you?" Just random dude standing here in the middle of this hallway. Like, what the hell are
Yeah.
you doing? Right? And I was like, "Hi, my name is Michael Tipton. I'm really interested in doing radio.
Yeah.
How would I be able to work here, volunteer here? What can I do?"
Yeah.
He looks at me and he says, "You've got great pipes, kid." Like talking about my voice. You got
Yeah.
come back tomorrow. We'll start working on like stuff like that. So I volunteered starting May 26th. I was a volunteer there, worked the entire summer. Like,
Wow.
again, I'm not getting paid. I'm just showing up
Right.
so I can learn how to, manipulate audio and work with stuff.
Right. Right.
The fall semester comes and I get an internship through D to work at Town Square Media. So that's KLAQ, KISS FM,
Oh, cool. Nice.
600 ESPN El Paso here in El
Yeah.
Paso. And I'm, producing sports shows. I'm doing traffic updates. That's where a lot of people they recognized my voice from traffic updates because it was Q View Traffic with Mike Tipton on KLAQ, brought to you by Bud Light. This Bud's for you. It was always weird to me that
Hey, there you go. That's cool. Thanks
it
for
was always weird to me that the traffic report was brought to you by Bud Light. It was always a weird thing to me, but
Yeah, yeah.
nonetheless, roll with it, right? And yeah, man, that's really how I got the start was
That's amazing, dude. Wow.
throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Dude, that's cool, man. I love the fact that you're just standing in the hallway and they're like, can we help you?
And the whole time, like so. At KTEP, it's not like, and I hope this isn't ruining radio for a lot of people, but like now with radio, you have like an actual playlist. So it's like a digital playlist. It's all set up.
Oh, okay.
The music is pre-picked for you. Sometimes, depending on how late it is in the day, you can move songs around, you can add songs, but for the most part, the songs are made so that commercials and station IDs all play at the right time they're supposed to.
Really? Oh, wow.
But at KTEP, because it's it's an NPR station. Like they don't get commercials and funding and stuff like that. They have to fundraise for that stuff.
Oh wow, okay.
We had CDs. So in the room that I'm standing in, there's like just walls of like jazz and classical music and stuff like that. And like I
Mm.
don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and we've all gone through that of like, why am I doing this? I should just leave. Like you turn around and you're
The
like, no,
awkward stage, yeah,
hey.
the uncomfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. So like as soon as that light cuts off, D comes out of the control room and looks, and there's my big ass just standing there like, hi, I wanted to ask you a question, right? Like
Yeah.
that's where I bet they wish that they could have just locked the door and been like, got to keep people out of here.
That's funny, man. Wow, man. So let's talk about your first experience. Like when you actually got on. Like you're are there when they're at the point of like, okay, the microphone's yours.
So there's a little different, right? Because like they don't give you a show right away.
Oh, okay.
What I had to do is I had to learn how to create like promos and do like voice tags and stuff like that. And I remember one of my very first voice tags was for at NPR they had a show that's called All Things Considered.
Okay.
And it shows up at noon every day, Monday through Friday at noon, right?
Yeah.
And the tagline they gave me, they had like the pre-recorded thing that they get from NPR's national programming. You add the tagline, and it was today at noon on 88.5 FM KTEP El Paso, your NPR station for the Southwest.
That's so
I like did that, and I had to record that like 15 times before I felt comfortable with it, right? Because I'm
really wow.
my voice sounds weird. I don't like this. What am I doing? Like it's like all that stuff, right? So the
Right.
whole summer was
Yeah.
basically doing that, like little tags, adding them,
Yeah.
learning how to do stuff,
Okay.
learning and shadowing whenever D was doing like the morning traffic reports and things like that. And that's actually where I met DJ Dia Hesma
Oh, okay, cool.
was at KTEP.
Nice.
And I'm learning how to do just a basic, this is how you look at the traffic map, this is how you would report, an accident, this is how you would do that stuff.
Yeah.
And these are the buttons you push to make sure your microphone is on because if you push the wrong button, your microphone's not going to be on. So, and at the time you're like, oh, this is super easy, right?
Yeah.
They finally put you in that driver's chair where it's
Yeah.
okay, you got to give the traffic report at this time and this time,
Right,
right?
right.
I'm waiting for my cue. I'm waiting for my cue. The music hits. And I start talking, man. I'm like, I'm nailing this traffic report. I'm feeling confident as hell.
Oh man.
And I realize I forgot to push the button to turn the microphone on.
Oh, dude.
And I'm like, okay, well, and D walks in and D was super understanding. They're like, look, gotta make sure we push the button for the microphone. That the music playing is okay, but we
Yeah.
gotta make sure we do it. Just make sure the next time you'll have another chance in like 10 minutes. Make sure you get it right this time. So
Wow.
when that second time came around, I push the microphone, I do my thing,
Yeah.
and in the moment you think you're killing it, right? Like, oh, it's awesome. They go back and play it, and I'm like, there's a traffic accident over here on this street or this street, like speaking a million miles an hour. Like it was crazy, dude. And this is again like an NPR
Oh
station.
man, they're like, I didn't even hear the first part.
Yeah. Like it was
Oh
thing, man.
man.
But I finally got used to pacing myself and taking a
Yeah.
breath. Like
Yeah.
all those cheesy things they tell you about, like make sure you breathe. Nah, for real, make sure you breathe.
Yeah, really. Like, please breathe, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna car or cause a car accident with that speaking all quick like that. We're gonna be like, wait, what? Oh shit, I just now got in a wreck.
It was like those like at the end of the commercials for any medication where they just list off everything that could be bad. That's what it sounded like.
For reals, man. That's crazy, dude. Wow. Yeah, and that's true. It's very true because you think, yeah, I think we all been through that where you're like, oh, I nailed it. And all of a sudden, when you hear the replay or you hear something, you're like, holy crap. That's not what I thought.
And that's how I am too. So like I actually started doing podcasting in December of 2015.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Well, that same year, like I was doing my internship at KLAQ. I was
Yeah.
producing the sports show, doing like Sports Center updates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do more. Like I just want to do more. So I started doing my podcast in December of 2015, and I've never stopped doing the podcast. Like
Oh,
I
nice.
I've kept doing it 10 years now, 10 years in December. And I remember like if I go back and listen to that first podcast, it is brutal. Like
Oh,
it is.
dude.
I had no clue what I'm doing. It was like 3 hours long. It was not but I kept like the audio
Yeah.
because I want to see how I got better at doing this stuff. Like you said,
Right.
being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Wow. Well, funny that you mentioned that because I'm celebrating my 2-year anniversary with Rhythm and Roads,
Mhm.
and I'm going to be showing my first episode as the premiere for August 31st because August 31st is the 2 years. So I'm going to bring up the first episode.
Mhm.
So yeah, I totally agree. The first one was kind of like, hi everyone.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Just trying to figure it out. Like, oh, we have a guest here. It's my friend, and just yeah. But
well, and
for
and that's the
everyone watching
thing,
it,
is, like my first guest was a friend of mine from the Air Force, which was his name is Richard Gerber, and we
okay,
just wanted to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Like the Dallas Cowboys were such a disappointment that year, and we
yeah,
spoke, and that's what I like my show to be is like just friends talking at the bar about sports or whatever, right? Like that's
yeah,
always how I wanted my show to be, but
yeah.
we were like in it. And I mean, we were hitting people with like the most obscure facts and stats of all time
Oh.
that whenever I went back and listened to it, like I even mixed it wrong. Like I didn't put it in mono. So like you hear me on the right side, you hear him on the left side. Like it was bad, man. It
Oh
was
man.
all of it was bad, but it was a learning experience.
Right, of course. Yeah. That's what it always is. Learning experiences, man. Especially for me, I look back and I look at the first couple of episodes or the 6 months in, you're just like, oh yeah, I need to fix this part, chill in this area. That will go overboard into me talking, and the guest is like, I thought you brought me on. Am I interviewing you? You know? So yeah. Anyway. Interesting, man. Oh, I loved it. Thanks for yeah, thanks for even doing part of your show the way you sounded. It sounds so cool. Just giving us an example of that. That's so neat, man.
That's the thing is whenever you turn on the radio voice and you want to be a radio guy, you just start talking like that. You got to have a smile as you're doing all of it.
Right. So let's talk about your because I know you're a voiceover artist from your description. So like what have you done for like films or animation or what?
It's more like commercial production
Oh, yeah,
and
that's fine.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like I did do one small film for Tower Productions here in El Paso.
Oh,
I
cool.
did a couple of voice things. They wanted someone to be a radio person for like a movie they were doing. So
Yeah.
who better than me? And they gave me like 10 to 15 lines and I remember like listening to it like, oh man, I killed those lines. That was such good acting on my part, right? Like just doing
Yeah.
all that stuff. But yeah, so like that's kind of where I got my start and then doing again commercial production. So I do voiceover work like they give me a script, I'll read that over. I wanting to get into doing like Audible books
Oh, do
and
you? Okay, cool.
I just haven't it's another one of those things like getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, right.
Like I've just got to take the jump and do it. Like I've
Yeah,
been talking
dude.
about it, now I just got to take the jump and actually do it.
Right. Just
So
do it, dude.
that'll be the next step is starting to get into audiobooks. Everyone tells me I should do like the erotic novels because of the deep voice and all that stuff. Like he slowly unbuttons her shirt.
Yeah, bro. There you go. Wow. Let's see. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I can't. Yeah, you could definitely fit that. The novellas and everything,
Oh yeah.
audiobooks.
Oh man, could you imagine? And
Oh
just open
man,
up a whole new revenue stream for me, just reading audiobooks.
dude. Hey, if that's what you can pull off, do it too, dude.
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself with that voice. So that's cool, dude. So your podcast, what's the name of the podcast?
The podcast is called The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. It's more of a stream than a podcast now. Like I don't
Oh,
put it
okay.
out on Apple as much as I used to, but it's on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV. I put it out on social media all the time,
Cool,
and
dude.
it's a live stream Monday through Friday. I do another show called Fire and Ice on Saturdays where we go to Buffalo Wild Wings and we just hang out and talk sports. And like I said,
Oh,
like
wow.
it's basically hanging out with your friends the way that you would at the bar, right? Like I got no problems dropping. I try not to drop the F bomb. It'll come out every now and then. I
Yeah, yeah.
apologize to an Apple TV because I have to be more professional.
Right, right.
Like it's just that way, man. Like just a group of friends talking about sports. That's always the way that I wanted the show to be. I don't want to
That's cool.
beat you over the head with like statistics and stuff like that.
Oh
Give
yeah.
opinions. Like and I'm also the type of sports person where I don't mind being wrong.
Mm.
And whenever I'm wrong, I'll be like, you know what, guys? I was wrong. My bad.
Yeah.
What happened? This is what I thought was going to happen. I'm not perfect.
Mm.
So I've always been that way. Like when it came to my show was we're going to be relaxed, we're going to have a good time. We're just going to shoot the shit
Yeah.
and
Right.
going to hold myself accountable. If I say something stupid and it winds up being wrong, I can't be like these other people and be like, "Oh, well, it wasn't that I was wrong. This is what happened." No, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Like there's no problem not being wrong.
That's cool, man. Yeah, wow. So you actually go to the Buffalo Wild Wings, like actually be like go in there and set up and all that?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
no,
so
like I've
cool.
got like headsets, I've got all that stuff. I've been able to do like so at Buffalo Wild Wings, like I'll set up a nice camera. We got like the spotlights and stuff like that. We have our little area. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings on the west side of El Paso,
Oh, that's cool.
65 Sunland Park Drive if you want to go out there sometime. And
Yeah.
it's every Saturday at noon. And we try to have guests from time to time. It's Brandon the Iceman Cone and myself.
Okay.
Uh we didn't do a show this past week because of the holiday, but the week before, like Dion Hankins from here in El Paso, now with the Chicago Bears, uh,
Nice.
he joined us on the show to kind of talk about his journey and being an undrafted rookie free agent
Wow.
finally made it to the Chicago Bears. Like that's a cool and inspiring
Yeah.
story.
Oh, I
And
bet.
that's kind of the
Yeah.
way that we look at it. Like my daily sports show Monday through Friday, I talk more national sports on the Saturday show, that's where we kind of bring it into more of the local stuff. So we've had UTEP players on there, we've had like the Chihuahuas general manager on there, the locomotive, like we've had
Very
all
cool.
the local stuff to talk about with the city of El Paso because we got a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's really cool, man. So I do want to ask before we end this interview here is like for those that want it, because you mentioned it earlier, like you know what, I'd rather just try it and just do it and see where we'll see what happens, right? But we all get to that point where we let fear stop us at times, and we get the uncertainty, we second guess ourselves, we go like, I don't know what people are gonna say or what's gonna happen. But I mean, from my experience, I'm not saying I always just do the whole yes, do it, but I think my learning to the point now where I'm at, I'm like if you want to try it, just try it. You have nothing to lose because if you fail in trying that, it's a learning experience. You are not looked at as a failure. You tried it and it didn't work, but you learned, and so you're going to become a better self. You're going to better yourself. What's your experience from, or what advice can you share to those that want to try something? It may not be radio, it could be other things, but that whole uncertainty, the whole, what are they going to think? Am I, just what you can share on that.
So you got to get comfortable with people critiquing you,
Mm.
right? Like, and you have to be okay with constructive criticism with any type of criticism like no matter what you do, like whether it's podcasting, whether it's radio, whether it's working at McDonald's, right? But the main thing is you got to give it your 100%. Like that's where it comes down to is I guess I heard you cuss. I cussed on the show a little bit, right? My mom always told me something. I'd be like, "Oh, I wish I can do this," and she would always say, "Wish in one hand and shit in the other, and see
Mm.
which one gets filled up." Right?
All
And
right.
what that basically means is like you can wish and wish and wish and wish all day, but if you're not doing anything to make it happen, that's
Right.
all it is a wish,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
And in 2016, I came across a guy. His name is Brent Follin. His brother was working for ABC 7 here in El Paso.
Oh, cool.
And this guy introduced me to a thing that was called the Year of Yes,
Uh,
where that thing you want to do, you say yes. You find a way to make it happen, but you
mm,
say yes.
mm.
Because he did that, and it took him to Rio de Janeiro wearing a onesie and being down there like an American flag onesie. He was there for the Olympics. He got to meet Michael Phelps and like all
Oh, wow, man.
amazing Olympians and stuff like that. He wound up working with the Travel Channel, and
Wow.
after that, he got paid to basically travel the world. I think he's been to like 106 different countries and stuff like
Oh
that.
my God.
He's still doing this, right?
Wow.
It was all because he decided to take that leap of faith and say yes. So my year of yes was the first thing was I always wanted to go to watch like a major, you could see all the wrestling stuff behind me, a
Oh
major
yeah, I do see that. Yeah.
like a major WWE event. So in January, I was like, yes, we're gonna go to San Antonio to watch the Royal Rumble.
Mm,
Take my family down there. We watch the Royal Rumble. In March, it was we're gonna say yes to going to the Grand Canyon. I had never been to the Grand Canyon before. Let's go check out the Grand Canyon. In May, I was having issues with my job. Like I had got my wife pregnant with her second kid, needed more than 7.25 an hour. So
mhm,
I was like, let's get a raise, right? Like, what can they tell me? The least they can tell me is no.
mm,
When they told me no, what was the next step? I go
mhm,
on to ESPN's website. I see a job that's available. I got a friend, a friend from a friend from a friend that's working at ESPN.
mhm,
I apply for the job. 28 days later from applying for the job, they fly me out to Bristol, Connecticut to do a job interview to work at ESPN's main headquarters in Bristol, right? I
whoa,
take that job and I say yes. So I'm living in Connecticut now, working at, the mothership of all the places for sports, right? Like the
right,
biggest place in the world in
wow,
sports. You pull into the parking lot and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe the kid from Socorro is
yeah,
working at ESPN, right? Like this doesn't
mhm,
happen
right,
for people like us. None of that happens. And like me doing the podcast, me doing all the stuff that I did, applying for media credentials to go cover a game in Mexico City between two teams I don't even care about. Like none of that happens without me
wow,
saying,
man,
you know what? Let's give it a try.
yeah,
I I don't brag a lot about some of the stuff I did because like my whole thing is if I can do it, literally anybody can do it.
mm,
But again, the kid from Socorro doesn't get to go to Mexico City to go cover an NFL game on Monday Night Football. They
wow,
don't get to go to the NFL draft 2 years in a row in Las Vegas and Kansas City.
oh,
They get to go
dude,
to the Major League Baseball All-Star game and Home Run Derby. And like I I get to be on the field. I get to be down there and like look around and like you walk into
yeah,
Estadio Azteca and there's so much history there with that stadium and all the stuff that's there. Like what it,
amazing, bro,
it becomes one of those things where like I become super grateful for what it is that I got because I realize without trying you don't get this stuff.
that's right,
Like,
yeah,
even as simple as doing a podcast. Like I got my stupid little sponsor stuff behind me because they sponsor the show that I do. And I'm so grateful to have them as a sponsor of the show. I don't
yeah,
get that without saying, let me try. Like and being comfortable with being uncomfortable
mm,
because I'm a very introverted person. Like it takes a lot for me to do stuff like this. Even talking about myself, like I don't like talking about myself. So like I'm super uncomfortable right now. But
wow,
someone asked me to, someone says that my story might be inspiring to somebody else, I got to go out there and do it. So
yeah,
you got to go out there and try it. You never know until you try. And like, they always say whenever you die, you regret the things you never did.
right, right.
Why live with that regret? Give it a try. At least if you fail, you tried.
Right, right. Yeah, I totally agree. Man, dude, thank you so much for sharing that, bro. Man, like I'm already inspired. I'm like, let's go. Yes to everything.
Here you go. The year of yes, man. And it could be something simple like I
Yeah.
want to learn how to be a bartender.
Yeah,
Yes, go to
right.
those classes.
Yeah, or you want to learn how to dance, salsa or whatever, go and do it.
It,
You want to
it
learn how
doesn't
to
have
play
to
an
be the
instrument, learn how to do it.
It doesn't have to be the crazy stuff that I did of like, let's move my family across the country while my wife is 9 months pregnant. Like, it doesn't have to be that type of stuff. It could just be, I've
Yeah,
always wanted to do this. Let
right.
me give it a try.
Give it
And
a shot, man.
as soon as you change that mindset,
Yeah.
your entire world changes.
Oh, dude, I bet. Wow, what amazing, bro. Thank you for sharing such incredible advice and your experience too. And I totally, yes, and that's what Rhythm and Roads is all about. That road that you're on, the journey is the experiences, man. The no's, the yes, the uncertainty, the questions, but then you look back and you're like, man, look where I'm at and look where I went from to where I'm at. It's because I was able to, take those leap of faith, that leap of faith of saying yes to the uncertainty, like you mentioned, right? But man, I didn't know you had a story like that, bro. Like that's incredible. Like,
That's
wow.
that's only a part of it, dude. Like
Oh,
I
I
haven't even
bet.
gotten to like the in between life, right? Like we went from, how were you born to let's get into radio. I started radio when I was 31 years old. There's 30 years of, of time in between that, but
Yeah.
that's a different story for another time, man.
Yeah, dude, no, for sure. I mean, I'd love for you to come back on and share more on that. For those to follow you on social media and to hear your podcast and find you on the radio, I mean, what's the links and all that?
So on social media, everything is at Mr. Tipton 33. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, and anywhere you want to go.
Yeah,
X at Mr. Tipton 33. That's where I got all my stuff. I'm always live, so whenever I do my show, I put out the lives 8 o'clock in the morning. Instagram doesn't show the replays, but I'll put reels out every now and then. Facebook, YouTube. That's where you can watch the show, be a part of the conversation, do all that stuff as well.
nice. All right, man. Well, thank you. Yeah, and one thing, a little reminder is yes, we're gonna have those moments to say yes, but also remember that without faith, there's and you don't put the action in that, there won't be results. So like you said, you can wish it, you can like your mom said, you could it was your mom, right, that was said that? Yeah, you could wish it all you want and all that, but if you don't have that faith to take that action to believe and see what will come out, there won't be results to even see anything happening. So make it happen. Try it. Do it. And you'll
100%.
and
You never know
that's
until you
another thing too, is just it'll develop you to a better person. To you're gonna grow, you're gonna learn, and there's nothing wrong with that. So
and trust me, like even doing this radio stuff, like I still get nervous doing it, but it's like a good nervous, right?
oh, of
Like
course, yeah.
I'm nervous because I'm happy doing what it is that I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling, dude. Yeah. There's sometimes when I bring on certain people, I get nervous, but I'm like, hey, I love what I do it, but I'm just like, gotta do it because I love it. And so you just do it. Yeah, dude.
100%.
So thank you again, man. It's been such a pleasure. And I really look forward to, your announcement coming soon on that because you have a special announcement, right?
Yes, yes, I do. I am super excited about what's going to be happening next. And I can't wait to kind of tell people what that is.
Dang. Wow, dude. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for coming on Rhythm and Roads. And those that would love to share their story, you're always welcome on Rhythm and Roads. My Instagram for the podcast is Rhythm and Roads Official. And then on YouTube, it's Rhythm and Roads Podcast. So just reach out to me. You're always welcome to share your story as well, because every story matters. Live the impossible, guys. Say yes. All right, Michael. So thank you again for coming on, and we will catch you on the next episode.